Alrighty, welcome back, all you beautiful people, to the show. So today we're going to be doing Supreme Commander. So this game, since our last video, which was maybe like 2 months ago on Supreme Commander, I've just gotten super into this game, and so found out that they have a kind of a online community called FAF, which Forged Alliance Forever. So I started playing on that 1v1, and I realized that I'm not good at this game at all. I got absolutely annihilated for probably the first, well, I still get annihilated, but I've clawed my way back to 0 rating. I was at like negative 400 or something as my rating on the ladder. So I've clawed my way back to 0, and Christina now wants to get into it. So we're going to do a little 1v1 with a lot of pauses, and I'm going to walk her through some of the things that I've learned in going through this kind of process, so that whenever she gets into it and actually starts playing ladder and getting into team games and stuff, she'll be able to hopefully do a little bit better. But Christina, are you excited?
Mm-hmm.
Okay then. Alrighty. So let's ready up. We're going to be pausing this a good amount. We're going to be playing against each other, but we're going to be pausing it, looking at starts, and talking about overall strategy. So this is a pretty classic map. This one comes up a lot in the ladder. So yeah, we'll just be talking through kind of how you strategize on this map, what you're looking to accomplish, different pitfalls that I see people make, etc. So let's go ahead and pause right off the bat. So Christina, go ahead and zoom out. And you'll notice that you can see me as well. So basically the way that this map works is you've got this kind of ridge in the middle. There's 3 areas that you can kind of pass over to the other side of the ridge. So there's this kind of arch looking thing right here, kind of in the middle of it. So you can make it through on that side. You can make it through all the way to the south. There's kind of like a mountain pass. And then there's this big ass gap up in the north that you can fight in. So a couple of things to keep in mind is what areas you want to take control over, where you can gain advantages over your opponent, and then also the size of the map. So this map is 5 kilometers by 5 kilometers, so this is a really small map for Supreme Commander. So usually in these small maps, you want to be fighting with your commander a good amount, pretty close to the beginning. So as far as overall strategy, you want to grab as many of these mass extraction points that are on your side of the ridge as possible. So for you, it's going to be kind of where my mouse is, if you can look on my screen for a second, all of these as quickly as possible.
I know how to divide the map in half, thank you.
Okay, sorry. Well, yeah, you're dividing it like people normally incorrectly cut a sandwich, where it's like in 2 triangles instead of in 2 like rectangles. So I just want to make sure that you weren't correctly cutting the sandwich.
No, I got it.
Okay, so right off the bat, you want to create, for this map, you want to do a land factory, and you want it adjacent to one of the mass points.
Got it. Oh, adjacent?
Adjacent.
Well, too bad it's not.
Okay. So the adjacency bonus, you know how we talked about, like...
I didn't know that affected with math.
Yeah, so it affects factories too, and it actually affects them quite a bit.
Well. Oh well.
So another pause. So while this factory is getting constructed, have you queued up anything at the factory?
Yes.
Okay, what have you queued up?
5 engineers.
Okay, so take out 2 of those engineers out of the queue. Just right click on them.
I know how to remove units.
So you have 3 in the queue, and you're going to queue up a scout and a mech marine. So a snoop and a mech marine. So the other key factor in these maps is going to be harassing your opponent as much as possible. So with a snoop has radar capabilities, and then the mech marine deals enough damage to kill engineers. So in a game like this, where you have your commander kind of in your base starting location, and engineers are getting sent out before there's really any military on the map, you can actually take out engineers and really stall progress on your opponent. But it does mean that you're going to have to like shift queue a bunch of things up at your base, so you're not going to have to be microing your commander while you're controlling the tech scout. Okay, so we can try that out. So I'm not able to. The Seraphim can't build
Clay.
the Seraphim can't build light assault bots. So harassing is much harder for the Seraphim. So you're going to be able to just basically harass my engineers as much as you want.
But you can see where I am, so this doesn't actually apply to anything in this game.
Well, I know, but it's like a practice thing for you.
I was so busy doing your stupid Q thing, I messed up my... This isn't what I wanted to do. Stupid pausing.
I would also prioritize the hydrocarbon reactor as well. Like your first engineer off the line should be headed to that.
Well, it's gonna get the second one.
Okay, that's fine.
See, there's no point in scouting because I know where you are.
No, I know, but it's like you're walking through the build order and like how to actually harass and etc.
See, you know I'm coming, so your ACU's out there.
Oh no, so I always bring my ACU out to assist with the hydrocarbon construction because your ACU right now is the most build power that you have on the map. So utilizing him in constructing things, like key assets, is important. So I would actually focus him on, like, you've got him building power, which is really good. So you've got him building additional power generators around this land factory. Which is good. I don't think that that's necessarily bad, but another thing, and this is the way I play it always, is to come out and assist the hydrocarbon. Because remember, your ACU is going to get involved from a combat perspective, so you're going to want kind of move your ACU out of your initial base.
Okay, well he's got to finish the power first.
Okay, so another thing that I like to do also, and I would do it actually on this mass extractor. Oh, you can't see that. So on this mass extractor right here, another thing that I would do.
I don't know what
it's the one right to the right of the hydrocarbon. So what I like to do with a mass point like that is I build 4 land factories around it, patterned like this.
I know how to pattern them.
Well, okay, build them then.
Okay. Hunter's like, lol, I bet she doesn't know how to build it. Oh fuck, I canceled it. I knew how to build it though. I'm not a dumbass. I mean, we play too many games where the right click and left click do different things.
Yeah. So that's good. So you're gonna end up getting that engineer, and there's really, like, if we didn't have full vision on, there would be nothing I could do about that really. And then that would stall that expansion. You'd then move to this engineer as well, and then now you're like in a really commanding position. Yep, see, you got him. Nice.
Oh, this guy's gonna make it away.
And see how many mass are you. So let's pause. Like, how much mass are you bringing in right now?
23.
How much are you bringing in? 23?
23.
23 per tick? Yeah, see, so just by that little, like, 2 units, you spent probably, how much are those? Like, it's probably like 75 mass total. You spent 75 mass and a couple of actions per minute, and then you greatly impeded my economy, because right now I'm on 11 mass per tick. And you've had me waste a lot of actions having to re-queue up that engineer to like go and reclaim those mass points. So you're in a commanding lead right now.
Yay.
So what you do from these positions is, one thing I would do is, you've got an idle engineer right here that was building the hydrocarbon plant. I would have him assist your engineer that's building your 4 factories around that mass point.
I'm not. I was getting to the point where I cycle through. I haven't gotten there yet.
And then do you have is that land factory
idle.
building? What is that building? Is that an archer?
I don't know what their fancy names are.
What have you queued up in the land factory that you do have running right now?
I have 2 running.
Okay, what do you have in both of them queued up?
It's alternating medium and anti-air.
Okay, so I would actually change that ratio and do like 3 medium tanks and then 1 artillery. Because right now I don't have any air units, or at least none that you've scouted.
But you might.
Well, I might eventually, and then you can put resources into them. But right now you're just using mass to build something that isn't giving you any additional damage. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready to keep going?
What was that? Okay. Yeah.
All right. So you're doing really good. You're expanding up to the north. So I would cancel this rally point, because right now you're just going to be sending 1 troop in at a time, and I'm just going to kill the 1 troop. So cancel the rally point and set it a little bit further back, and then whenever you have like a little incursion like this, just let the mass point go and then put together another force that can potentially overwhelm mine. Okay. Or what you could also do is, you have a good number of tanks down in the south. You could flank my south position as well.
Okay.
But you're doing a good job with the map control aspects of it. Oh, you killed my engineer that was up there. Asshole. That wasn't nice of you. He had so much to live for. Wait. The other thing I need to learn how to do is do the hotkeys correctly. I haven't set up my hotkeys yet. So I'm just clicking, which is not as good.
That's me.
Okay. So.
Wait, unpause it!
Alright.
You're a meanie butt.
What do you mean I'm a meanie butt?
I said, you're a meanie butt.
I tried to pause it.
You're a meanie butt.
Would you like to pause it and walk through kind of what happened?
I know what happened.
Okay. What happened?
You came in through this area, and then one of my factories hadn't gotten switched over to the new queue, so half my army was unusable, and you ran over it, and then you killed everything.
That's a pretty good prognosis, yeah.
I did damage your ECU to down to half.
You did. You did do a lot of damage there. And you did really... So you're playing it very, very well. And a map like this, I find myself playing almost entirely in, like, orbit view. Instead of, like, getting super close in.
I go in and out.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to do.
Yeah.
I'm not changing that part.
Okay. So, but you are doing really, really well. One thing I would say is, like, right now you have full mass.
Yeah, I know. I'm not supposed to. I need to be using it. I need to be upgrading stuff. I got distracted.
Okay.
I know that.
Yeah, so, like, upgrade a mass extractor or something.
I am.
Okay.
You asshole! This thing had just enough health where it was gonna live, and then you killed it.
Which one?
The one on the right, the one that I'm not building.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Asshole. Oh, this one's not even flush with the frickin'... Fuck this. Like, what's the point of this game, I guess? Because it doesn't feel like you're teaching anymore. It just feels like you're playing with me and then eating me.
Well, I keep asking you if I can pause it so that I can explain.
And I said no the one time, and then I said yes, and then we paused it and talked about it, and we haven't said anything since then.
Okay, all right. So I wanted this to be like teaching. I thought you didn't want me to pause it anymore, and I thought you wanted to figure this out.
I just wanted to do something at the beginning.
You just wanted to do what?
Something.
Oh,
just
okay.
Sitting there.
Okay. So at this point, like some things that I think that the biggest thing that you're doing is misprioritizing your go away Google. I think that the biggest thing that you're doing is misprioritizing your actions. So like you still got these kind of two mass extraction points that are wrecks from like my kind of where I took my Ilshavas through and took those out.
It's because I've been focused on fortifying an area where you actually might come through.
Okay, so like focusing on fortifications. So that's the other thing is I think that you're using too many defensive structures.
They've been effective.
Well, yeah, defensive structures are really good, but they don't move and they cost a lot. Like, so a pillar costs less mass than a triad, and yeah, it's not as good.
I don't know what those are.
So the heavy tank, the heavy tanks that you're building, those cost less mass than a triad, and yeah, they may not be as good, but they can also move and be everywhere. A triad, you set it up and it's there, like it doesn't move anywhere, and so you've got a lot of like defensive emplacements like around this factory area where I haven't really been going.
You went up there.
I did go up there once, but I haven't really been like these guys aren't really doing anything. Like they may have gotten like, how many kills do you have on those? Do you have any kills on those?
This
2?
one has 2.
Okay. So 2 kills and then the other one has no kills. So that's kind of like sunk mass at this point. Because like if you think about it, if we get to a point, if it comes to a point where those triads come into effect where they can actually save your life, then the game is kind of already over for you because I would have control over so much of the map at that point. So if you're going to set up triads, definitely set them up where you were setting them up, like up here, but don't invest quite as much into them. I don't think.
Wait.
The other thing is right now, you don't have a whole lot of mass income.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, remember,
I have 43.
But you have a full mass bar.
I'm trying to use it right now. Like I'm upgrading the factory that you just killed, actually. So you're the reason it's full.
So whenever there's mass stuff like this, and remember what I said earlier about upgrading. Oh wait, do you have upgrades on your commander?
Yeah.
Do you have T2?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you have on it?
No, not yet.
Okay, so in a 5-kilometer map, I think that you should prioritize combat upgrades on your commander. Like I think it's called Zeph Amp or something like that, but it's a gun upgrade. So like, I think that this is a good point. I think that this is a good stopping point. But I just wanted to, you kind of get your mind into kind of the mindset of like how those guys play, because they play very differently than we did whenever we first started. It was like whenever we first started playing this game, it was just like we just built 4 mass extractors, upgrade them as much as we could, and then just turtle the rest of the game. Right? Yeah. So I don't think that. So these guys play like much differently, and that won't work. But anyway, I just wanted to, I guess, impart at least a little bit of knowledge from like what I've learned, just getting my head stove in every time. What was your favorite thing that you learned?
This is more something I observed while you've been playing FAF, but how you can put the factories around the mass extractors. I liked that. Everything else, I think it was just, you're not thinking fast enough, was the feedback. So.
Well, it's not necessarily you're not thinking fast enough. I just don't think that I think that you're thinking very quickly. I just don't think that you're thinking about the right things. And so that's what I'm trying to, because I'm not trying to say you're stupid. I'm just, you are applying your actions, and you're a good RTS player. Like you're good at Age of Empires. You're good at, you're just applying your actions, I think, in an incorrect way in this game, where I think that players that have been playing this game will play like online will punish it.
I don't know, I think I just know that I'm still don't know a lot that I need to know about this game to be good at it.
Well, I don't know a lot about this game to be good at it.
But I think you know the things that I don't know.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking of.
The biggest thing that I noticed that was the biggest game changer in my games was engineer expansion, which you did a really good job of with our like little pep talk, and then the scout light assault bot combo to take out engineers from the other team. I think he did a really good job of those things. And those are the biggest things that I'm having those are the biggest things that like changed my game from whenever I was like negative 400 on the ladder, and now I'm finally back to 0. We'll call it there, guys. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing to the channel, or drop the video a like. Any suggestions on future content that you might want to see, we're definitely open to it. Leave it in the comments below. Lastly, if you guys want to play with us, definitely add us on Steam. In this one, for these games, this isn't actually on Steam. So if you want to play Supreme Commander, download Forged Alliance Forever. You can drop a comment with your username, and we'll definitely get you in on a video for Supreme Commander. But anyways, until next time, I've been Hunter.
I've been Christina.
Y'all have a fantastic rest of your day.